Hey Gumbo fam, so nice to see you again. Sorry I've been absent for a little while, but I have been quite busy. Got a lot to update you on, and I am on my way to work, so this is going to take just a few seconds. And I'm just going to give you a quick update on my weight loss journey. I am down to 183 pounds, which I've lost weight very slowly, which I'm happy with. I had my beginning in February of 2022, where I started at 287 pounds at the doctor, but my highest weight was in December of 2021, where I was under 300 pounds in the upper 290s at about 295, 297 maybe, where I topped the scales out somewhere in late 2021. And I got my bariatric surgeon consult in February of 2023. So I started with a nutritionist. I did all the things you're supposed to do to start with weight loss surgery. There is a list of things you have to do. If anyone's gone through it, you know. And I quickly went through that checklist, and by July, I could have gone through the surgery in May, but I had a lot of personal commitments. And by July of 2023, I had gastric sleeve surgery, which went very well. I didn't have a lot of pain. I mean, there was pain, don't get me wrong, but it was a very easy surgery for me. I know a lot of people don't have it very easy, but it was a very easy recovery. The pre-op and the pre-op diet and prepping and the nutritional and psychological evaluations, things like that, everything for me was quite easy. I dropped down to about 256 on my operation day. So if you have any questions for me, put them in the comments below. I will be happy to answer them. If you want to see any of my very few videos, but they are in a playlist. So I did my very best to make some sort of a video journal. It didn't go as well as I wanted it to, putting things together. My weight loss was very slow, and that would have been a boring journal because I did take it slow. I didn't want to gain the weight back. I don't want to gain the weight back. So my lifestyle change is a slow action plan. And I did have some complications that weren't terrible, but due to a minor birth defect with my esophageal flap, the GERD situation was unbearable. And I went to go see my GI specialist about that. I mean, I did discuss it with my bariatric surgeon. We knew GERD, anytime you have sleeve surgery, GERD is going to be the predominant problem you're going to have, more than likely. But my GERD was, it was terrible. It was progressively worse. It didn't come right away. It came quite later. And probably 6 to 9 months later, it was unbearable. So I went to go see my GI specialist to see if it had something to do with my birth defect. And he said, no, it was more to do with the surgery, and I needed to have a Roux-en-Y. I mean, I wasn't that very far out of post-op from the scope, and my eyes were fluttering open, and he said, you need a Roux-en-Y, girl. So we're going to get you right back to your bariatric surgeon ASAP. So I went back to my bariatric surgeon and told him what the GI specialist said, and he scheduled me for the first open date that he had. And by September 4th, 2024, I was in the operating room for a Roux-en-Y, which is a gastric bypass. And I had the bypass surgery with the little 20% stomach I had left from the sleeve. And so my very tiny accessory stomach that was left was pretty much gone. So I don't really have a stomach anymore. And he made my roux stem as small as I wanted it to be. I didn't make the stem too small because I didn't want excessive weight loss. You can discuss that with your bariatric surgeon. I don't know if you know that when you have gastric bypass surgery, you can discuss how many centimeters to remove to, I guess, accelerate your weight loss. And you don't want to do that too much because that will cause malnutrition. And you don't want that. You want to lose weight at an appropriate rate. Don't be in a rush to get skinny, people. Don't be in a rush. You want to lose weight in a nutritious way. I had hair loss already before I lost weight due to other things that we won't get into. no need. It's something that is wrong with me personally, and we can maybe get into it in a different video. I have hormonal problems. I have other issues that caused me to not be able to have children, things like that. I had several miscarriages, and if anybody does want to discuss that in another video series or topic, maybe even one video series, we could discuss that, how I emotionally get through that, because I have not gotten through that, but I am a very positive person, and discussing child loss is touchy, and I know it can be sensitive. So if anybody ever wants to discuss that, I'm more than happy to discuss how I grieved and do grieve. Yeah, another video. But back to my weight loss. I'm doing great. I've gone from a size 26 to a 14, possibly 12, because I do fit in some 10-12s. But that doesn't explain why I've been gone for so long off of my channel. As you've seen, baby Bella, who is almost 12, has been putting shorts and, you know, keeping the channel alive a little bit. She doesn't get a lot of views, but that's okay. She's young. She loves to post, and she has her own channel. If you ever want to go over there and support her, that would be awesome. She is an aspiring YouTuber and would love to be a creator in her adult time. She is a fabulous person and personality, and I love to feature her on my channel. And she's been very supportive in my I Love You More Than Gumbo journey with shopping and retail arbitrage, which still is in its infancy. But, and my weight loss, she's been very supportive. And she has her own journey with that on her own, even though she is, you know, pre-adolescent, adolescent. Now that she's 12, she's adolescent. Yeah, we've got so much to discuss on that. But I've really got to get to work. But I miss you guys. And, you know, Cookie, Sue, you know, there's so many of you that have been supportive of me, and a couple of people that have popped on just to ask questions about my balloon sinuplasty, you know, when I had my septum corrected, and the weight loss, and just different things, you know, I didn't discuss my hysterectomy much at all on this channel, but I would like to someday. And in 2005, I had endometriosis surgery. I haven't discussed that, or my miscarriages. There's so much to discuss that needs to be discussed, because people have real problems and need to get through it, and maybe don't go to behavioral psychology therapy like I do, or see a psychiatrist every 6 to 8 weeks like I do. There's no shame in that, and there's no shame in weight loss surgery like some people shame people for doing. It took me a little while to admit I wanted to do that to myself. I wanted to do it on my own, and for a while it worked in my 20s and 30s and even in my 40s. But after 45, weight loss was difficult. There's a song by Thomas Rhett called It Goes Like This, and just the title, I get it. It goes like this. Just say that to yourself every now and then, because you can fill in the blank however you wish, but it just goes like this. That's life. It goes like this, however you want it to go. It is your journey, it is your life, and you get to dictate it. But do it right. Do it the way God intends, your higher power intends for your life to go, to make your life fulfilled and happy, and keep you on this earth in a loving, happy, joyous, merciful, graceful way. There is no reason for people to suffer. You're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have days tears fall down your face, for happy reasons, for sad reasons. And those tears are a little salty. But remember, salt adds flavor. That's why I love you more than gumbo. Gumbo's a good thing. It's full of different things. It's full of the things you choose to put in it. Look up what a gumbo is. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it always comes out tasty. There's never a bad gumbo. Well, unless you screw up the roux, but it's easy to make a roux if you know what you're doing. Anyhow, I could go on with those little things all day long, and I could talk all day long, but I really do have to get to work. Really, really do. And I miss you guys. Oh, I miss you guys. So, don't ever forget that I love you more than gumbo.